Hi everybody, this is a new video. I've got my new equipment and I've been doing a blue Peter job to keep the light bright. This one's going to be a half treble, which is a half double crochet if it's American terminology. Half treble is UK terminology. So I have a chain of 13 at this moment in time to make a swatch that's 12 stitches long. The first two chains in this particular instance count as the very first stitch, and again it's the turning chain, which is what we discussed briefly in the double crochet video. So to do a half treble, first of all we put the yarn around our hook to create a false loop, and in this instance we're going to place our hook in the third stitch down from the hook. So insert hook, yarn over, pull up one, yarn over through all three stitches, and that will give you stitch number 2. So when we're placing our stitch marker into our piece of work, the turning chain counts as a stitch, so it's the very top chain that we're doing, not the first stitch, the top chain, as that'll be our last stitch on our return journey. So we'll put that in there so we can find that easily on our way back. And now we're going to complete the row. So it's yarn over hook into the chain, pull up one, yarn over through all three, and that completes your half treble. So it's yarn over into the chain, pull up one, yarn over through three. So it's yarn over into your chain, pull up one, yarn over through three, yarn over into your chain, pull up one, yarn over through three, and I'll just continue to the end of the row. This stitch is slightly taller than a double crochet, but is slightly smaller than a treble, hence why it's called a half treble, and I'll do a video on the treble next for you. So we're just going to keep going till we get to the end. Again, don't forget you need the slip knot to tighten with your small tail to close any small gaps that you have there. Now we should have 12, so we'll just count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. As I said at the beginning, we need a turning chain of 2 because this is a slightly taller stitch than a double. So we'll chain 2, 1, 2, and as you can see it gives you the height to start the next row. So we'll flip our work over, yarn over. We've missed the first one because our turning chain is going to be classed as our first stitch, so we do not put a stitch in there, otherwise we'll be increasing, and we don't want you to do that at this point. So we're going into the second stitch, so yarn over, pull up one, yarn over through three. At this point again, identify the second chain on your turning chain, not the first stitch, to identify that particular stitch on your return journey. So we'll just, again, like I said with the double, if you give your work a little bit of a tug, you'll see holes naturally present themselves for where you need to put your hook. So we'll just put our hook in, pull up one, through three, yarn over into your stitch, pull up one, yarn over through three, and I'll just go to the end so you can see the end stitch. I'm just going to count, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to put one in the first full true treble, that makes 11, and then our last stitch is going to go in here. Now it's a bit fiddly to find. If you find that, it might be useful to swap down a couple of sizes just to get that hook in and to pull that yarn up. If you can, try and make sure that you collect 2 strands of yarn. It gives a stronger base for that stitch. So we didn't so it's yarn over, in to pull up a loop, and at this point just change your hook back to the correct size, because you don't want this stitch to be different. Yarn over through all 3. At this point you can remove your stitch marker in preparation for the next turning chain. So there we have 2 full rows of half treble, and identifying the turning chain to make sure you have a nice square piece of work. So I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you shortly with a treble video. Thank you, bye.